What's up guys, it's Austin here from Royal Highness Pythons, and in today's video I got a breeding tip video for you guys, and it's pertaining to all the males, so we'll get into that. Before all that cool stuff, huge shout out to the Reptile Edge, and you got this really cool shirt. Just one more reptile, I promise, but fingers are crossed. So you know, every time we all say that, it's usually a lie. And I think they got their logo towards the bottom right here, Reptile Edge, but it kind of got messed up in the wash. So I might need a new shirt, Reptile Edge. But definitely go and check them out on Instagram, the Reptile Edge, and we'll get right into this really cool video. So generally when pairing ball pythons, a male is ready to pair usually as soon as they're producing sperm, and generally they can produce sperm anywhere from 350 to 400 grams if you're lucky. Sometimes they might take a little longer, just like this guy right here. This is my pastel Enchi possible fire freeway, and a freeway is an asphalt yellow belly. So basically this guy did not start producing sperm until he was about 600 grams, and right now he's at that 750 gram mark, which is a really good size to pair at. At this size he could pair to like 3 or 4 females, but since it's only his first year I wouldn't push him too much. But yeah, so basically when you have a male at 350 to 400 grams producing sperm, you can pair him, but I would not pair him to any more than 1 or 2 females. And if you're pairing him to 2 females, try having them really stretched out, and when you're pairing him, give him long breaks in between pairing, because he's going to need that time to recover, as he is a lot smaller, is not producing as much sperm, and basically you just don't want to put him out of commission basically, because a lot of times when you do breed a male, they will go off food for a bit, and you do risk that chance if you continue to breed them that they will die from malnutrition. And basically a great tip when you're putting the male in is to always go and pop him. So right there we got those sperm plugs. They're not really sperm plugs, it's more just a sperm that is inside of the hemipenes already. You're going to want to go and take that out, because that is older sperm. It's a little bit harder, and it's not as valuable to the females as new sperm would be. So you're going to want to go and pop that out, and basically just take the female and just put it on her back. This girl is not going to get paired right now, but I just don't want to put the sperm anywhere else. So basically that's a great tip. And the biggest I would breed personally, a male, is around 1100 to 1300 grams. I found anything over 1300 grams, they tend to get really lazy and sluggish, and they don't want to really pair as much. They'd rather just go and cruise, maybe lie on top of the female or chill in the hot spot. They're not really into breeding like the younger ones are and the smaller males. It's kind of just like humans, you know, if you have a more fit person, they might want to do more than a little bit of a bigger person. So same thing goes for your snakes. So now we're going to get into some tips, and I'll show you some other snakes. So like I said earlier, this video is all about the males and some tips on how to get them to breed. And right here I have my super pastel banana spot nose Mojave clown. He's a real powerhouse, and really like the spot nose in there, the banana and the Mojave. Could do without the super pastel, but I'm not going to complain. It's a really good animal to have in your collection, and he's doing some damage for me. But once I first got him, he was a little smaller and he was actually having some trouble breeding, and I'm gonna give you guys some tips to get younger males to breed. So let's get into the first one right now. So the first tip I'm gonna give you guys on how to get your males that are not locking to lock, or a beginner male that just doesn't seem to be interested, is to go and put him in with the female. And right here we got, once again, the bananas clown male, and we have an ultra male female, and they've locked multiple times. But let's say they weren't locking, I would go and get another male shed. In this case, this is from one of my other clown males, and I would just leave it in there with them. And basically what that does is it gets the pheromones from the other male and kind of creates this competition for this male. So he thinks that there's another male in here trying to breed, and he wants to breed. So hopefully he's gonna go and try to breed before the other male. So basically you could just go leave the shed in there, close it up, and 9 out of 10 times when you come back in about an hour or two, they'll be courting. And what courting is when they're both cloacas next to each other and they're not actually locked yet, or if you're lucky enough, they'll already be locked for you. Sometimes it does take a little bit longer than an hour or two. You might have to wait till the next day, but it's a great tip to go and get your male to lock. Another great use for sheds is, let's say you have a lot of males locking but you don't have too many sheds. You can go and grab an empty spray container, put the shed inside, add some water, mix it up, and now the water has the scent shed on it. So you can go and actually open tubs and mist the tub with the scent of the shed and put the male in. It's not as effective as using an actual shed, but it's the next best thing. So you can definitely get the most out of one shed by adding water into an empty spray can with the shed. Shake it up, and shake it up a lot. You might be gonna shake it for 30-40 seconds. Really get the scent in the water. You might even want to leave it overnight to get the scent saturated into that water, and then just go and mist all the females that you're planning to pair, and then you can put the males in. And once again, 9 out of 10 times, well, maybe not 9 out of 10 times for this one, but 8 out of 10 times you'll get them to lock. So for the second tip I'm going to give you guys on how to get your males to lock a little faster is to use another male sperm. And right here I have my banana orange dream male. It's possible yellow belly as well. And basically what I'm going to do is going to go and pop him. Before I do that, let's go back to this last pairing so I can just do it here. And wow, I just took out the shed, and you can already see the shed has enticed them to go and not copulate, to go and court each other. So basically this is the courting I was talking about earlier. It's what happens right before copulation, and copulation is also known as locking. So just to entice this guy a little bit more, like I said before, to go and pop your males before you pair them, you can go and pop your male, get that sperm he has out, and wipe it on another female. So there the sperm is now on her back right there, and a little bit over there. And basically now that also simulates another male being in there, and actually his sperm is a lot more potent than his shed would be for the sexual desires. And basically this male is thinking that there's another male who has already gotten in here, put his sperm out, so he already copulated or locked, and he really wants to go and get his genes spread. So it's just another way to get your male to go that much quicker to lock. So basically when you're pairing all your males, and like I said before, you're gonna go and pop them all, it'd be really cool just to go and pop them one snake over and just to wipe it on the other snake's back, just to give them that much more, especially if you do not have enough sheds. So let's get into the last tip I'm going to show you guys today. So the third and final tip I'm going to give you guys on how to get your males to lock a little bit faster is to put 2 males into the same tub. So we're going to go back to that same one that we're showing earlier, and they moved around a bit so they're no longer courting each other, but we're going to go ahead, pop this male, get another male sperm in here, really entice them that much more, and actually leave the male in with the, so there's 2 males in here and 1 female. And basically when you're doing that, you want to be very cautious of the genes of the 2 males, because in there right now I do have my super pastel banana spot nose Mojave clown, and luckily it's a super, so if it's going to be the father, everything that it will be produced is going to be a pastel, and if the other one is going to be the father, everything should not be pastel. But the other male does have pastel in it, which would be very confusing because one of them is a clown and one of them is not a clown. So you have to be very careful of what males you're putting in when you're putting 2 at the same time. So generally, go put a super and put another male that does not have the same genes as that super. If you do not have super, you might want to take a really close eye and maybe even take the male out if you notice the wrong male is copulating, because you definitely do not want that. Probably even take him out while they're courting, because you definitely do not want to go and mix the genes, because you can get dual sire clutches. And if you guys caught that with me and Billy's clutch from earlier in the year, we actually had a triple sired clutch, so one of my females laid from 3 of his different males because we just kept putting different males in because they weren't locking, or we didn't see them lock. But just because you do not see a lock does not mean they did not lock. So while we're asleep, they're doing their own thing. Ball pythons are nocturnal, so it's really high chances that they're gonna go and lock when you're not looking. So right now I'm just gonna go and take this male out because this male has no problem locking. But that's just a really good tip for you guys. And the male I have right here is my pastel vanilla asphalt / yellow belly 100% het clown male, and I hope he proves out asphalt. He came from my asphalt / yellow belly female, so fingers crossed he proves out to be asphalt and I make some really cool asphalt clown combos in the future. So that's pretty much it for today's video. Quick tip video on males. I'm gonna get some more breeding videos down in maybe a week or 2. I'm gonna start a series on breeding and how I breed, and I'm actually gonna take you guys along for one of the females when I start pairing her all the way until she lays. So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you didn't already, like, share, and subscribe. I hope you do, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.